both Bitcoin and the stock market receiving a tiny little bust to the upside today. Something that we have been trying and failing to do since February of this year just happened. And what if I told you that no matter how long you think you are, you simply are not long enough? Right now, the price of Bitcoin is having a little itsy-bitsy move to the upside with less than 24 hours until the expected first rate cut of this entire cycle. And what if I told you that this isn't just big, it's completely extra big? So if you understand that you're potentially going to make more money than you could ever imagine, and then even double that, hit that like, hit that subscribe, get signed up to BINGX below. Remember, there's only about a week and a half left to sign up before you will be required to do KYC. Lock your spot in now before KYC is implemented. Basically, KYC, you have to put in a bunch of your information and verify yourself. So if you sign up within the next about a week and a half, you will not have to do that. And the link is in the description. So without any further ado, we obviously see that Bitcoin right now is having a little move to the upside. Clearly still, we're trading within this downward trend we've been in since February, late February, early March. But something even bigger than that is occurring. We see on Bitcoin's daily chart, we're now above the 21 and 50-day moving averages. These are just big for short-term momentum. Even bigger, and we talked about this in the last video, is that we've been trying to get above on the RSI for Bitcoin, on the daily chart, many times since basically the beginning of February, early March. First back here in June, and then as we said, a month later in July, exactly a month later in August, and here we are again exactly a month. So it's been like multiple months in a row we've been coming up to this line and getting rejected. However, on the weekly chart, we're actually now getting above it, and as you can see right here, trying to cross, have a little crisscross tip touch right between these purple and yellow lines right here, just basically signaling this has the potential to turn into a big move, and a big move pretty fast. Also, we see the MACD after getting completely dumped. I mean, look how overbought we were up here. Look at this sentiment telling us like, hey, wow, this got really overheated really fast. And this was only in March of 2024. Okay, imagine if we rewind back to March of 2024, let's say we would have went up to 100,000 or 125,000. Myself and many people were saying like, that wouldn't be sustainable. That also probably wouldn't be good. We probably, that could have been the end of the bull market if we just, went way too high, way too fast. But no, we didn't. The price mediated. It kind of, had the momentum slow down. We've had this 7 months of basically resetting the momentum. And we're in a spot now where over the next few weeks, especially again, tomorrow is interesting to see how the stock market reacts to the very first rate cut in years, the first rate cut of this cutting cycle. Or of this rate cycle. It's going to be huge, I think. It's going to be big. There's a fierce debate between is it 25 or 50 basis points, but basically those are the two options at this time, right? It's either 25 or 50. So this is a big, very big moment, a very big day coming in just hours. We see that the momentum is starting to swing over, even on something like the MACD. We already saw it. We see it on the RSI as well with this breakout. We see that on the weekly chart for Bitcoin as well, after a couple of weeks holding and putting in a higher low here, about 54,000 and having this 50-week moving average so far held up really nice as support. That's very good for the price of Bitcoin. Now, before we continue with this chart, I actually want to look at a few things here as well. So we see that if you're still here, congrats. Charles Edwards on Twitter says you made it through the worst time to be in Bitcoin. Basically, yeah, I mean, Q3 is the worst. The average return is about maybe 5%. The median is negative 4%. So that's not like Q3 is historically not good. Going all the way back to 2013, Q3 is not good for Bitcoin. However, Q4 is fantastic. And we have about a week and a half, 2 weeks until we enter Q4. Whereas the average for Q3 is about 5%, it's 88% in Q4. And while the median is negative 5% in Q3, it's positive almost 57% in Q4. By far the best of the quarters here. So again, we're heading into something that's historically very bullish. We have a week and a half left of historically September is considered a very bearish month. I mean, look at this. Well, this only shows the quarters, but I've also shown charts many times showing how bad September specifically is. October is nicknamed Uptober. because historically prices go up. We also see this, that the global M2 supply with Bitcoin, you can see that Bitcoin is lagging here. However, the money supply started ramping up, and historically Bitcoin will follow that. We also see the GMI total global liquidity versus BTC. It's very, maybe it has a lead in terms of like it happens first, but Bitcoin eventually catches up. Kevin Svensson also pointing out the weekly RSI breakout. He said the last time it happened, we went up 170%. Very big. This was all the way back before 2024. It was back in 2023. It was after that summer lull back in 2023 as well. We had about a 200 plus day of like sideways. It's this area right here, and it's kind of crazy. We're seeing something extremely similar with the same weekly RSI break. This time though, I think the true bull market's going to be way bigger than anything we saw last year. I think 2023 was mainly a battle to see if the bulls or bears were right about the macro trend. The macro trend at this point is extremely clear. If we zoom out and look at a weekly chart, this is the macro trend going all the way back to the very end of 2022. Bitcoin has been going up for nearly 2 years. Granted, a lot of sideways. And we also see Crypto pointing out this resistance with this channel support sloping. I mean, this looks very similar to me, like we're about to, initiate a big move to the upside. On the weekly chart as well, I mean, if you zoom out and we really look at where all of this resistance is, first of all, breaking back above about $64,000 gets us back above the 21-week moving average, which we've been below since June. It's very important for a macro uptrend. So, like I said in the last video, getting above 65,000 and holding that as support, I think is the real trigger. I think that's when things really get exciting. So we're not there quite yet, but these are still very early signs that we're about to pivot into that, which is it's absolutely ginormous. Yeah, just on the daily chart for Bitcoin, right now we're even trying to get above the 100-day moving average. It's kind of where we actually just got rejected. Not rejected, but it's right where we're sitting right now. So these are 3 very key daily moving averages. We're playing with all of them. This could get bullish very fast, and I personally think it will get bullish very fast. I personally think that we are going to see the same thing that we've seen after each halving. I think we're about to go parabolic. I think we're right in that zone in terms of time. I think we're right in that zone in terms of a lot of technicals. We are right in that zone in terms of Fed policy. Okay, it's all lined up perfectly. Now, absolutely, it might not happen. Let's say Jerome comes out and says 25 basis point cut or 50 basis point cut. That doesn't mean Bitcoin's immediately going to go to 100,000. But this is like the perfect storm, really, situation. So I don't think there's much time left before we actually start going to some parabolic frenzy to the upside, where, again, people will start texting you that absolutely hate crypto and haven't probably even looked at anything related to crypto since 2020 or 2021. Those people most likely are going to be shooting you a text soon. That's the type of environment I think we're going to be heading into. I think we're going to be heading into euphoria very soon. We actually, I believe, did the stock market, I think it might have put in new highs today very briefly and very quickly, then just kind of got pushed back down. It's trading, I think, at like session lows now. However, it's still up from yesterday. And overall, the structure of the stock market looks like it wants to break out as well, which historically is something you look for if you want to see Bitcoin break out. You look for stocks to break out. The dollar, I'm very excited to see what the dollar does tomorrow with these rate cuts. Let's say, I don't know. Nobody knows yet if it's going to be 25 or 50. 50, I think, will absolutely send the market if we get 50 basis point cut. Okay, that would absolutely send the market. I think the dollar will get crushed. The dollar's already been on a downtrend for honestly quite a while now. And with the dollar going down historically, then stocks and Bitcoin go up. So a lot of exciting things to look at, especially now. Like literally, there's just hours left until this cut. So weekly chart looks good. In fact, the weekly chart looks the best. The weekly chart looks extremely good. That's much more important than like a 4-hour or daily chart even. But overall, this is going to be big. In just about a week and a half left, sign up now to BINGX below if you want to secure your spot where you don't have to verify your identity or everything like that, and you want to buy Bitcoin and trade with BINGX using the link below. Without further ado, that's it for me.